Welcome, Leo, to your February 2026 tarot reading. Making sure they were upright. February 2026 tarot reading. Hope you all are doing fantastic out there. Welcome to anyone who is new, and of course to all of those of you who are coming back around. I appreciate you all. Just a reminder, hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment. Both really help. You could tell me where you're listening from. Just say hi or anything else. But it does help us to connect as well as it helps the channel. Appreciate it. Let's get started, Leah. Also, that subscribe button should be in the bottom right corner of your screen. You can hit that as well and set those reminders. I normally, for those of you who are new, I do daily readings for the collective Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I sometimes an extra one. And then I do the readings by astrology sign twice a month. So let's get started. What do our Leos need to know? What do our Leos need to know? What do they need to know? Okay, current situation. Four of Wands must be celebrating something. Present influence. Page of Wands. I want to do a future influence. King of Swords. What you don't see is the Ten of Cups. What to look for. Sorry, that goes over here. The Five of Wands. Unexpected. Six of Swords. Challenge. Eight of Cups. Strength. Page of Pentacles. Where does this lead? Two of Pentacles. Empress. Judgment. This is really interesting. The bottom of the deck is the Hangman, and at the end of the reading, I will pull a oracle card for advice or something to think about for the month. The Hangman's at the bottom of your deck. You've been looking at something differently. You've been kind of, and you might have felt almost like nothing's been moving. Now, probably you've done this by choice, by saying, I'm just going to take a step back and look at everything differently or as a whole, or take a different angle at it, because there's something here that you are definitely celebrating. Now, the celebration is actually coming in with this Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands to me brings in messages. It also is taking a risk. And the page is young. He's a wand. He wants to go. He's got a lot of fire energy, as you do. And it's taking a little bit of a risk, maybe something that you normally wouldn't do. I don't always see Leos as risk takers. So this could feel a little bit like, okay, I'm going to do this. And you kind of jump in, and that leads you to the Four of Wands, which you are celebrating it now. So you feel like things are happening. You feel good about the way things are happening, but I feel like either this is a message or a decision with that Page of Wands, the decision to jump in, or a message that's making you go, okay, this is exactly what I want. Let's take a look first at the Page of Wands to see what is the influence first. There's something here that feels like there could be a move involved, whether you're moving away from something, moving a home, with the Six of Swords there and even the Eight of Cups. There's something about that feels like there could be. Anyway, let's keep going. Page of Wands. So I'm going to keep that Page of Cups fell out. So yeah, this definitely could be a message. There might be something here that feels very spiritual to you. You could be like deciding to make a commitment of some sort, but it comes in from an offer, a Page of Cups. So if this is an offer, it could be definitely like a marriage offer, or especially with the Four of Wands in the current situation. You're like, okay, well, it's time to celebrate. It could be a marriage. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could be just an opportunity, but it is definitely something that you are committing to. And that's the Page of Wands right here. So this offer comes in, you're making a commitment, and that's the jump in. So again, either it's a message or you're jumping in. It doesn't really matter. You're doing it. Let's take a look further into the Four of Wands. So this is your celebration card, something that you feel really good about. You're celebrating it. You could be around family, friends. Again, it could be absolutely celebrating, like getting married, something. Tell me more. Two cards. Okay, Two of Swords, something you had to make a decision about. Yeah, you've been stuck. You finally, okay. This is you coming out of being in a stuck place, the Eight of Cups or the Eight of Swords with the Two of Swords. You've made a choice. That choice has made you feel stuck. So once you let that go and once you made a decision, the Page of Wands, moving forward, moving into this, it feels freeing. It really does, because sticking in a place where we don't make a decision can feel like we're just holding on to, well, we don't even know what it is we're holding on to because we need to make a decision here. So once you let that go, once you let one of those swords go and you make that choice, then you are going to release that stuck feeling. And that's what you're celebrating right now. Again, it could be marriage. It could be meeting somebody. It could be anything like that. It could be a job opportunity. There's all different kinds of suits here. So there's nothing like that this can't be about. It's pretty much all over the place. You have the King of Swords here. This definitely could be an air sign. That could be Aquarius. Um, oh my gosh, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. That's totally went blank there for a second. Or it could be just knowing exactly what you want to do. There's an influence here. This could be somebody. Let's take a look before we go too much further into that, because it helped me out a little bit here with the, is this somebody or is this you? King of Wands, it's somebody. Yeah, see, there's that Hangman again. This King of Swords, okay, so the King of Swords has a plan. He moves forward. He's very articulate. He knows exactly what he wants. He has like almost like tunnel vision. Sometimes the swords do. Once they have a plan, they go straight there. This comes from, though, a different energy, a completely different energy. The King of Wands is the energy of that Page of Wands, a little bit more upbeat. I got to move. I got to do something different. The Hangman, okay, wait, I got to look at this differently. So then in comes the King of Swords, which says, okay, now you have your plan and now you know exactly where you're headed. So you're headed there. You're not there yet, but you're headed there. But it comes from taking a different alternative look at something and say, okay, I can do this. I absolutely can do this. Let's move forward. So let's take a look at this 10 of Cups in your unseen. There's something very comforting that's happening here. Now, it's a fulfilling 10 of Cups is about a relationship, mostly, usually a very stable relationship, good relationship. I would say it could be a marriage again, that's coming back into play. But more importantly, it's a comfortable relationship where you feel good, where you feel like you're home. It feels like you belong there. And in this case, even there's two females, they're having a conversation. It's good friends, good wine, having that conversation. And there is something in the background here that you're not seeing. This is probably the ultimate prize, that you will be feeling very good, very comfortable in a good, stable situation, whether it's relationship or not. It's a situation which will feel good. Tell me more about this. There's that King of Swords again and the Eight of Swords. So yeah, your plans are working out. The King of Swords is back into play. This is your plans. They are working out to keep you and get you from being stuck and feeling stuck. So there's definitely something at play here. There's definitely things are in motion that you might not even know about. I think once you make the plans, though, you'll know better of what you want to do, like where you're headed. It kind of tells us here a little bit. Um, it's not going to be super easy, though, to be honest, and that's okay, because anything worth having is usually hard work. So let's take a look at the six of what your Five of Wands is, what to look for. So this card is about conflict, is exactly what it's about. It can be a little bit about jealousy, maybe, or a combat type situation where you're fighting something, and not like fighting. It reminds me more of siblings fighting, that kind of fight. It's not, where it happens all the time. The siblings fight, but they still love each other in the end, right? That kind of fighting where there's something here that you're conflicted about. And it's asking you to really look at it, and is it worth it? Again, it could be some kind of jealousy, it could be some kind of worry, but this card coming in that position is saying, look for the conflicts. Is there any conflicts? If it is a conflict, is it worth having? Is it even worth it? I'll go ahead and clarify it. I don't normally clarify that position, that card, a card in that position, any card. Tell me more about it. Let's see if we can get anything more on this conflict. The change, Knight of Swords. There's two things here. The Knight of Swords kind of has a chaotic energy, and the Death card is not chaotic at all. It knows exactly what it wants to do. It's changing, it's moving forward. And there's kind of this, you see these two horses, they're facing each other. They're going to butt heads here. So there may be something where there is something that you want to change, you want to move forward, but there's some kind of chaotic energy that comes in that kind of like messes with you a little bit. So look for that. Don't let it get in your way, though. That's why that card is there, is saying don't let it get in your way. And then you have the Six of Swords showing up in the unexpected. You are going to be moving in the right direction. Whatever this situation is, you're headed in the right direction. And this is like the finality of the King of Swords with that Page of Wands. Okay, I have the energy. I want to do this. I'm celebrating. I know exactly where I want to go with that king. And you get in, and finally you get in the boat and you leave, or you move towards that. It's not necessarily always about leaving something behind, although the card in itself does mean that. It's but more importantly, it's that where you're headed. You know, you're going, okay, this is wherever I'm at now. I've been stuck. It's not been good. I need to take advantage of this situation and move towards that. You'll feel better once you do, too. Anything more with the Six of Swords, please, for our Leos? Two of Wands, yes, Two of Wands with the Empress. Okay, so the Empress is taking care of yourself. The Two of Wands is those plans that we make. I look at the Two of Wands as the Ace of Wands comes in, you get a new opportunity. The Two of Wands is saying, okay, now which way do I want to go? It's making the plans, it's mapping the route. The Empress is, okay, I need to make sure I take care of everything. I want everything taken care of, not only myself, my family, everything else. And that's why you're moving forward. You're making the plans. You've made the plans. The Six of Swords is the aftermath of the plans being made of you taking care of you. And it's really important because the Empress comes up back here again. So I think that's a really important thing. You have the Eight of Cups in the challenge. Anytime we move forward towards something, there is always something we need to leave behind. But if we don't, we never reach that Nine of Cups, which is our dreams. Sometimes we have to do this. This is hard. And this doesn't makes complete sense why it's showing up in the challenge. Anytime we make changes, anytime we walk into something new, we have to leave something. There's always something we leave on the table when we walk towards something new. No matter how good the new thing is, it doesn't make it any easier. And I mean, it makes it easier because, oh, it's going to be good, but it doesn't mean it's still not hard. Walking away from something is going to be really hard for you. For some reason, there's something hard about it, but you got to do it. The Page of Pentacles is in your strength. You've done the work. This Page of Pentacles is a focused person who does the work. Whatever they want to learn, they stick to it until they learn it. They're patient. They're focused. You've got the focus. You've got the patience to do this. I know that probably doesn't always come with Leos, but I think you're probably a little more patient than the other fire signs. So just stay focused and keep moving towards your goals because you've been working really hard for it. So there's no reason why you shouldn't keep working towards it. So where does all this lead? We've got the two, I'll clarify these. The Two of Pentacles, Empress, Judgment, Two of Pentacles. This new opportunity, this forward movement is going to put you in a place where you have to figure out how to balance things out a little bit. We'll get into that. The Empress, though, you're headed into a place where you are going to feel better. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to feel like you're taking care of others around you as well, because once you could take care of you, you could take care of others. And then the Judgment is that, like, I think you're going to get to a point where, yes, this is exactly what I want. I feel renewed. The Judgment is a renewal, a rebirth. I think of it a lot like Phoenix, where you're feeling kind of sluggish down, and then you have that energy and you feel renewed, and it feels great. It feels grand, actually. So let's take a look at this Two of Pentacles. I think it makes sense, though. Anytime we're moving towards something new, we got to figure out how to fit it in. The Two of Pentacles, to me, is really about balancing life areas, love, home, family, work, all of those things. How do I fit everything in the day? And sometimes it takes restructuring. that's where you're going to be. Okay, I got to balance. I got to put this all in. How am I going to make it all work? And that's what you're doing there. And it makes sense because anytime we start something new, we've got to figure that out. Okay, one card flew out, so I'll take it. Yep, the Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. When you do something quickly, Page of Wands, and there's a new opportunity and a new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles makes sense. The quickness of it is what makes sense. So it's happening quickly. And so now you got to figure out how to fit it in. What it really is, when we're used to doing the same thing every week or every day, it's kind of the same schedule overall for the week. All of a sudden we have to drive a different route to work, or we're living with someone that we weren't living with before. How do we make this work? How do you fit it into your life? It takes a little finagling or getting used to, biding that time. And that's where you're going to be for a slight minute. Then it moves to the Empress. You will be taking care of yourself. You'll be taking care of those around you as well with the Empress card. It's honestly, a really good card. Is there anything more about this Empress as we move out of February? Because that's moving you into March here. Five of Cups, Tower. Yeah, this is you taking care of you don't want to be disappointed. The Tower with the Five of Cups. This isn't about you getting a Tower moment and being disappointed. This is about you taking care of yourself so you don't get disappointed. There's something here where once you've made a decision, you might be a little bit worried about that. The Empress, though, is taking care of that for you. So you may have to do some self-care so that you don't allow yourself to get disappointed. When you make a change and at first, it might feel really good, you make that decision, and then you start, let's say it's a new job, and you start it and you're like, oh, is this going to be because it's hard, because it's not habit. You got to learn new things. And it's not that learning is hard. It's just, did I make the right decision? Should I change? That's the Tower, Five of Cups. No, you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing. Just take care of yourself and keep moving forward. So then it leads to the Judgment, which is that rebirth, that renewed feeling. You're going to feel revitalized in the end once you kind of pass this. Making changes is not easy. Even the best of ones, and anyone that says different is wrong. They feel good, but you still have to fit this in, do this different, do that different, learn something. There's going to be something that you just have to get used to. See what the Judgment is for our Leos. Ace of Cups and the Wheel. Yeah, see, it's time. The Wheel's all about it's time. And then that Eight of Cups showed up again. Yes, you're definitely... So that, again, your challenge, right? Walking away from something, it's not going to necessarily be easy, but it's going to be worth it because this Judgment is being clarified with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel. A new beginning, which could feel very good with the Ace of Cups, love, appreciation, creativity, just really good. I don't know. To me, the Ace of Cups feels good. It's something that's going to feel really good. The Wheel says you're headed in the right direction. It's also another piece of that rebirth. When things will come around because there is this new beginning. And yes, it does feel hard for a hot second, maybe even 3 or 4 weeks, but it feels like you're headed in the right direction. Let's see what the Oracle cards have for you. Oracle card has for you. I'm using the Somnia Oracle. I've got a cheat sheet so I can figure out what pages these cards are on. What do our Leos need to know for February? What do our Leos need to know for February? Oh, the Haven. Oh, this is that looks cold. That looks like what I've been dealing with for this week. Okay. The Haven, page 51. I'll hold the card up while I read it. So the key words: stillness, timeless, knowledge, tree of life, serenity, equilibrium. The Haven invites us into a realm of stillness where time itself begins to dissolve. In this refuge, we are free to immerse ourselves in an unburdened state of being. By tapping our roots into ancient wisdom, we begin to nurture growth that will extend toward the heavens. So if you're feeling, again, that stagnant energy, which you had in the cards, that use this. use this to find out exactly what you need to do to embrace that King of Swords energy that you have in the future coming in, that influence that's going to be coming into you, and sometime in the middle of February towards the end. So there you have your reading, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. Hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Take care and have a beautiful day.